Mainstream Renewable Power stands out as a leading, pure-play renewable energy company with an impressive track record of wind and solar assets spanning across global markets, including Europe, Latin America, Africa, and Asia Pacific.
Being one of the most successful developers of gigawatt-scale platforms across onshore wind, offshore wind, solar power generation, Mainstream has successfully delivered 6.5 gigawatts of wind and solar generation assets to financial close readiness. Mainstream's vision is to electrify the world with renewable power. To drive forward our vision, Aker Horizons acquired a majority stake in Mainstream, and then later Mitsui joined with Aker Horizons as a long-term strategic investor.
Mainstream made its first entry into the Vietnamese market in 2016 by co-developing its flagship Suc Trang offshore wind farm, which boasts a capacity of 1.4 gigawatts. In 2020, Mainstream entered a joint venture agreement with AIT, a local company with extensive experience in Vietnam's energy sector, to establish the Ben Tre offshore wind farm. This offshore wind project is located approximately 30 kilometers from shore in Ben Tre province, with a targeted capacity of 500 megawatts. The initial phase of the project involved meticulous planning and evaluation of the optimum location for the offshore wind farm. This entails a comprehensive analysis of various factors such as wind resource, seabed ground conditions, hydrological conditions, and grid connectivity. The analysis also assessed special areas of conservation and key shipping channels. The objective is to identify the most suitable location for the wind farm, which will ensure optimal energy production while minimizing potential environmental impacts. The consideration of an offshore wind farm's feasibility hinges on an analysis of the wind speed and direction. In September 2022, a LiDAR platform was constructed to gather this critical data. It was deployed at a depth of approximately 25 meters and around 40 kilometers from the shore. As of November 2023, over a year's worth of data has been collected, which is a vital input for determining both the layout of the turbines and the energy production expected from the project. After finalizing analysis based on global wind data and comparing it to the data collected using the LiDAR equipment inside the project area, a proposed turbine capacity and layout for the project have been evaluated. The individual turbine capacity range between 6 megawatts and 13 megawatts was considered, resulting in a potential range of 34 to 80 wind turbine generators, which are necessary to achieve 500 megawatt capacity for the project. At present, the geotechnical investigation for this project is ongoing. However, based on the available information regarding bathymetry, hydrology and seabed ground conditions, 2 turbine foundation options are being considered: monopile foundation and jacket foundation. Wind power is generated by wind turbines that convert wind energy into mechanical energy. This mechanical energy is converted into electricity by a generator housed in a nacelle fixed at the top of the turbine tower. The power generated by each turbine is collected via an inter-array cable system to an offshore substation, is upgraded to 220 kilovolts before being transmitted to the shore or to a 220 kilovolt export cable system. Once on the shore, the submarine cable is transitioned to an overhead line at a cable termination tower. There are currently 2 proposed connection options for the overhead line to the national grid power system. The first option involves the use of a 5-kilometer 220 kilovolt overhead line to connect to the 220 kilovolt Tanfu substation. The energy will then be transmitted to the 220 kilovolt Mokai substation of EVN by a 50-kilometer transmission line before being injected into the national power grid system. The second option involves the construction of a 55-kilometer transmission line for a direct connection from the project's cable termination tower to the 220 kilovolt Mokai substation. This approach will help ensure that the project milestones are more proactive, avoiding being controlled by milestones of Tanfu substation. Once fully operational, this wind farm will have the capacity to power more than 400,000 homes, reducing our dependency on traditional energy sources and lowering more than 1 million tonnes of carbon emissions each year compared to coal power.